Good morning, YouTube. It's currently about 5:30 in the morning. I'm about to go do a push workout. I'm actually running a bit late because I left my house probably about 5 o'clock, got to the gym, and realized that I didn't put any shoes on. I still had my slippers on. I think I was just so focused on like filming and like thinking about the workout and whatever that I literally just forgot my shoes. So I had to turn back around and get my shoes and then come back. So this is my second attempt at filming this video, which I don't really mind because my first take was kind of all over the place and it was a bit rambly. But this video is going to be all about basically trying to simplify your workout and your routine, because in the fitness community, there's a whole lot of noise at the moment. There's so much access to so much information, especially if you're new to the gym. It can be quite overwhelming. So I just want to make this video to try and simplify things. Unless like you're a professional bodybuilder, you know, like your Sam Stuleks of the world, you don't really need to be going to the gym like 6 or 7 days a week. Like these big influencers or like bodybuilders, either they don't have a job to go to or they're taking steroids, so they can handle all that volume and then they can recover for it. But if you're just like, say, your average gym goer and you have a physical job outside of work, you don't need to be going to the gym like 6 or 7 days a week. And there's a good chance that your body is not going to be able to recover from that anyway. Because if you're working, like say you're a carpenter and you're working 8-hour days or 10-hour days outside doing physical work, and then you go and hit the gym and do a hard workout, your body is not going to be able to recover from that. You may not feel it, especially if you've been going to the gym for a while. Like if you've been going to the gym for a while, you know that you sort of stop feeling the muscle soreness after a while as your body adapts. But you still could not be recovering quite well. Like with my new job, I really only have, out of a fortnight, maybe 4 or 5 days to go to the gym, just the way, because I work 12-hour days and that's half an hour commute to work, so that's 13-hour days, and trying to get a workout in during that day, there's just not enough time. Like by the time I get home, have dinner, shower, get ready for work the next day, and try and get even a decent amount of sleep, like, and spend time with my partner. There's not enough time in the day to try and get a workout in. So I only work out on my days off, which works out to about 4 or 5 days a fortnight, depending on my roster for that week, because my rosters chop and change a little bit. So I personally follow a push-pull legs split, which I want to talk about workout splits for a little while here, because I firmly believe for most people out there, it doesn't really matter what you choose. Like you could be doing a push-pull legs, an upper lower split, a bro split, or an Arnold split. As long as you are training hard and tracking your progress, you're gonna make gains. Like you see all these videos on, oh, there's no point doing a bro split because you're only hitting the muscle group once a week, blah, 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 bro. It doesn't matter. Like you could be doing any of those splits that I just said, and you can make decent gains basically doing any of them. The main problem that I think, especially with a lot of new guys, is they'll see the next new thing, which I think at the moment everyone is preaching upper lower splits, which nothing wrong with that. But saying one routine is going to get you more gains than the other, I don't think that should be your first thought. Because I think a lot of people struggle with just consistency and actually tracking progress before they need to worry about doing the next optimal freaking workout split. Pick a split which actually works with your routine or your weekly schedule. Pick something that's actually achievable, because if you are following all this advice that you see online and you're trying to go to the gym 6 days a week and you have a job and you have all these other responsibilities, and you may not even realize that you're so burnt out. Like you might start skipping workouts and just the quality of your workouts can go down. I honestly believe that you can get away with going to the gym just 3 or 4 times a week, training hard, tracking your progress, and that's going to be good enough for most people. Like if you get set into that routine and you're going consistently and you feel like, oh, I could train more, well then at that point train more. But you need to get to that point to begin with. A lot of people try to run before they can walk. I mean, you need to get the basics down and get your consistency down before you worry about trying to optimize anything. Like, there's people out there that are trying to pick the most optimizing workout, but they're not tracking progress. They're not training as hard as they should. They're not eating the right nutrition. And they think that choosing the most optimal workout that they've seen on YouTube that week is going to be the secret to unlocking their gains. If you feel like you aren't making gains the way that you should be, what does your routine look like? These are the things you need to actually worry about. Are you skipping days at the gym? Are you actually tracking the progress of the weight that you're lifting each week and trying to improve that every week? Whether that be increasing the weight a bit, improving your form. I feel like that's something that a lot of people will skip over. Like, they'll just try and increase weight every week, but they don't realize that their form is actually failing, and you actually think you're progressively overloading, but you're progressively underloading, if that makes sense. What does your nutrition look like? Are you actually at maintenance or in a slight bulk or in a calorie deficit, if that's what you're going for? If you're doing all of these things consistently, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be making gains, or you shouldn't be like losing weight if that's what you're trying to do. Basically what I'm saying is, don't get caught up in all the jargon and all the noise out there, because it's just going to get overwhelming and it's going to overcomplicate it. Like, working out is not complicated. It's so simple. Like, go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, hit all your body, hit all your muscle groups at least once a week. And you don't necessarily need more than that. If you can handle more than that, do more than that. Simple as that. Make sure you're progressively overloading, like I said. More weight, better form, or more reps. Eating in a surplus if you're trying to bulk. Eating in a deficit if you're trying to cut. And you don't need to do this aggressively. Like, find out what your maintenance calories are. And then, honestly, a good baseline is, if you want to bulk, add 200 calories, 300 calories to that. That's all you need. You don't need to go on like 1,000 calorie surplus if you're just starting a bulk. Like, you're just going to end up putting on excess fat. And the same for a cut. Just cut by a couple hundred. Just cut by a couple hundred calories. Otherwise, if you cut by 1,000 calories at the get-go, yeah, you'll probably lose weight quicker, but you're going to lose more muscle, and you're going to get sick of the diet faster. And in the long run, it's not going to be worth it. The thing that you need to remember about fitness as a whole is, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You're not going to get fast results unless you're on a bunch of steroids, obviously. So I'm going to drink this pre-workout, get in, hit a push workout. There is a couple of cars in the car park, but it doesn't look that busy, so hopefully I will get something. I will record something. I don't really like recording when there's a bunch of people in the gym, but it is what it is. So, and then I might do a little bit more of a talk after that. So, yeah. Alright guys, workout complete. I did manage to record majority of it, but then the gym got a bit busy, so the only things I missed out on were cable lateral raises. I do overhead tricep extensions, like behind the back, like that. And then just more like normal, like rope tricep extensions. You'll notice that I don't do a lot of shoulder stuff at the moment. Like, it's literally just the lateral raises, because I'm having some issues with my traps getting really tight, and like, they give me headaches and stuff when they flare up. And sometimes doing like heavy shoulder press can cause it to flare up, even if I try and like obviously keep my traps out of it as much as possible. So I'm sort of working that out at the moment. I started going to physio for it last week, and he did like some dry needling in it. And man, after like I've had dry needling before, but not in my traps. And like the day after he did that, because he did that, what time was it? It was like around lunchtime, and then I had night shift that night, and it was so sore that whole night. But the next day, like it wasn't that bad, and it actually like felt looser. But starting to feel a bit tired again. Well, I go back to physio Tuesday, and today's Saturday. So I think we're gonna start doing like some exercises and stuff to get, because my traps are like overactive or something. So, but yeah, if you want to do more shoulder work, just put some like dumbbell shoulder press in there or something. I do my rear delts on back day, so. But yeah, all in all, pretty good chest workout. My chest is heaps pumped, and my triceps, like, give you guys a bit of a look. It's really hard to pose in a car. But anyway, I just wanted to reiterate a bit of what I said earlier with like simplifying your routine and tracking your progress. I have a little notebook. I used to do like a little notebook. I just write down what I do, like for every workout. Yeah, I used to do it in my phone, but I just prefer having something physical to actually write it down in. So I've only just started doing this week. And what I do to track like progressive overload is obviously I write down the weight and the sets that I do each week. But then say I do, like today I did 4 sets of incline dumbbell press. Say that was too easy for the weight that I chose, I would put an arrow pointing up, and that just tells me next time I do a push workout, I need to either up the reps or up the weight. And then if it was all right, I do a dash, and that just tells me to stay the same. And if it was too heavy, I just put an arrow down to tell me to drop the weight or drop the reps. It's just a really simple way of tracking progressive overload, because I can have some really big gaps between like a push workout and another push workout. Like it can be a week, and then I can go in and be like, oh, what weight did I do? Was it heavy? Was it not heavy? You know, like you just don't know. Like you're not going to remember every single workout and every exercise and the sets and reps that you did if you have big gaps like that. So having it written down is a really good way to track progress, I think. And just having it written down before your workout, like what exercises you're going to do and what you're aiming for, it will make your workout so much easier, and it would actually make it quicker, because you're not, because what I used to do, I come into the gym and be like, oh, I might do push today, and say I'll go do like incline Smith machine, and then I do that for whatever, and then I'll be like, oh, what am I going to do next? I guess I'll do some flies. Like there's no plan, it's just making it up on the spot. So yeah, but in terms of like reps and sets, what I do is my rep range is anywhere between 6 and 12. So say another example, like I'll just use the incline dumbbell press. I did 4 sets of 8 because my chest is a fairly weak point, so I try and do more sets to get more volume in, because my chest doesn't grow as fast as the rest of my body's. Like for example, my arms, they grow pretty easily, so the volume for my arms is not as high as the volume for my chest. So I did 4 sets of 8 at 24 kilos, and that was a pretty good weight. So next week I will try and obviously do more reps until I can comfortably do 4 sets of 12. Once I can do that, I'll go up to 26 kilos and then start again. And as long as I can get at least 6 for all of those sets, then I will stay at that weight. And I'll just do that for pretty much every exercise. As soon as I get to 12, I will up the weight. It's just a super simple way to make sure that you're progressively overloading. So I hope you guys got something from this video. I'm just trying to make things more simple because of all the noise in the fitness community at the moment. So I hope you got something out of this video. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy this sort of content, subscribe, like, and look out for more.